At the peak of his fame, MC Hammer was a global phenomenon. His name alone brought excitement. Everywhere he went, fans screamed, cameras flashed, and music charts exploded. "You Can't Touch This" wasn't just a song, it was a cultural moment that defined an era. Hammer's flashy parachute pants, high-energy dance moves, and exuberant personality made him the undisputed king of early 90s hip-hop. Back then, he was untouchable. His albums went multi-platinum, his concerts were sold out, and his face was everywhere: TV shows, commercials, and magazines. He had wealth, fame, and influence that most could only dream of. But behind the glitz, glitter, and million-dollar smiles, a darker story was quietly unfolding, a story of overspending, risky decisions, and the harsh reality of fame. Hammer's meteoric rise made him believe he was invincible, but even the brightest stars can fall. He spent extravagantly, maintained a massive entourage, and invested in ventures that would eventually drain his fortune. By the mid-1990s, the empire he had built with so much energy and talent began to crumble. Bankruptcy loomed, lawsuits piled up, and the spotlight that once celebrated him now cast long shadows over his life. Today, people remember MC Hammer for his dance moves and catchy hits, but few understand the tragedy behind the fame. This is the story of a man who touched the sky only to face a devastating fall, a cautionary tale of fortune, fame, and the unforgiving nature of celebrity. In this video, we'll explore his incredible rise, his financial missteps, and the lessons hidden in his dramatic fall from grace. Stanley Kirk Burrell, better known as MC Hammer, was born in Oakland, California, in 1962. From humble beginnings, Hammer displayed an extraordinary talent for performance, rhythm, and showmanship. Growing up, he faced the challenges of urban life, but developed a love for music that would shape his destiny. His big break came in the late 1980s, when the rap scene was evolving. Hip-hop was no longer just underground, it was entering mainstream culture. Hammer's first major album, Feel My Power, gained attention, but it was his 1990 release, Please Hammer, Don't Hurt Em, that catapulted him to superstardom. The album featured You Can't Touch This, a track that instantly became a global anthem. Its infectious beat, combined with Hammer's signature dance moves, captivated audiences worldwide. He became the first hip-hop artist to achieve widespread pop success while maintaining a distinctive image. His style, parachute pants, flashy jewelry, and high-energy choreography became iconic. He wasn't just performing music, he was putting on a spectacle, a full-on entertainment experience. This level of showmanship distinguished him from his peers and turned every performance into a must-see event. Hammer's rise wasn't limited to music. He starred in television specials, commercials, and even attempted a Saturday morning cartoon, Hammerman. His persona was charismatic, approachable, and family-friendly, broadening his appeal beyond traditional rap audiences. By the early 90s, Hammer had become a household name, a symbol of success, and a pioneer in bringing hip-hop into the mainstream. With millions in record sales, Grammy Awards, and sold-out tours, Hammer seemed untouchable. Yet, beneath this dazzling success, the seeds of financial trouble were quietly being sown. Spending sprees, massive production costs, and ambitious ventures would soon catch up with him, setting the stage for one of the most dramatic downfalls in music history. At the peak of his career, MC Hammer's wealth was staggering. Reports suggested he earned upwards of $33 million in a single year, a fortune that most could only dream of. But fame and money brought with them an appetite for extravagance that would ultimately contribute to his downfall. Hammer maintained a 200-person entourage, including dancers, assistants, stylists, and security. Every aspect of his life was orchestrated to reflect success and grandeur. He lived in luxurious homes, drove expensive cars, and traveled via private jets. Tours were lavish productions, featuring elaborate stage setups and dozens of backup dancers. Videos were cinematic spectacles, costing millions to produce. His lifestyle became a spectacle in itself, drawing attention not just for the music, but for the sheer scale of his spending. However, beneath the surface, trouble was brewing. Despite enormous income, his expenses were astronomical. Payroll alone for his entourage consumed massive portions of his fortune. Homes, cars, and luxury items were purchased faster than they could be funded. Investments in ventures like television projects and merchandise added to the financial strain. Even minor miscalculations could tip the balance from wealth to debt. The public saw a man living the dream, but Hammer's life was a cautionary tale in real time. Lavish spending masked the growing instability of his finances, and many of his ventures were underperforming or outright losses. Friends and advisors warned him, but his confidence and fame created a sense of invincibility. The man who once commanded sold-out arenas was now flirting with financial ruin, and few realized how close the empire was to collapsing. Hammer's story during this period is a stark reminder: wealth and fame are fragile. Success can be fleeting, and without careful management, even the most impressive fortunes can vanish. The seeds of disaster were planted in these years of excess, setting up the dramatic fall that would shake the world of hip-hop and entertainment forever. MC Hammer was more than a performer, he was an entrepreneur. His ambition extended far beyond music, and he sought to build a lasting empire. He launched record labels, invested in technology projects, and even ventured into animation with his cartoon series, Hammerman. Each endeavor was an attempt to diversify his income and secure his legacy. Yet, many of these ventures were poorly executed. Managing a 200-person entourage while running businesses proved unsustainable. Contracts were costly, returns were often disappointing, and Hammer's desire for creative control sometimes clashed with practical business needs. Investments in technology and media often failed to yield profit, draining both his financial and emotional reserves. Hammer's record label required substantial upfront costs for production and promotion, yet it rarely generated comparable revenue. The Hammerman cartoon, despite initial excitement, failed to capture audiences long-term, costing millions. Reality and celebrity culture were shifting, and Hammer's efforts, though ambitious, did not always align with market demands. The risk-taking spirit that fueled his rise became a double-edged sword. Overextension, combined with unchecked spending, created a financial strain that would soon become impossible to manage. Hammer's story in this phase is not just about money, it's about the pressures of fame, the challenges of entrepreneurship, and the fine line between ambition and overreach. By the mid-1990s, these missteps had compounded. Hammer's empire, once a symbol of unstoppable success, was showing cracks. Advisors urged caution, but the momentum of fame made it difficult to slow down. The man who danced across stages worldwide was now facing the harsh reality that talent alone could not sustain an empire built on excess. The mid-1990s brought the fall of MC Hammer's empire. In 1996, he filed for bankruptcy, revealing debts estimated at $13 million. Homes were lost, cars were repossessed, and lawsuits from creditors began piling up. The headlines that once celebrated his successes now chronicled his financial struggles. Bankruptcy was more than a legal proceeding, it was a public spectacle. Fans who had idolized Hammer witnessed the stark contrast between his past glitz and his current reality. The stress of managing debts, legal battles, and personal obligations took a heavy toll on his health and personal life. Friends and family were affected, and the pressure of fame magnified every challenge. Yet, Hammer's collapse was not sudden, it was the culmination of years of financial mismanagement, overspending, and risky ventures. The same energy that fueled his rise had contributed to his downfall. Despite these hardships, Hammer remained resilient. He continued to perform, tour, and seek new opportunities, refusing to let bankruptcy define him entirely. The collapse of MC Hammer's empire serves as a cautionary tale for artists and entrepreneurs alike. Talent and fame can open doors, but without financial discipline and strategic planning, even the brightest stars can fall. Hammer's journey reminds us that behind every success story, there are choices that determine whether it becomes a legacy or a cautionary tale. After the bankruptcy, Hammer did not disappear. He reinvented himself in new ways, embracing technology, motivational speaking, and mentorship. His involvement in Silicon Valley and tech investments showcased his resilience and ability to adapt. Reality TV appearances and performances reintroduced him to audiences, proving that reinvention is possible even after public failure. MC Hammer's legacy is multifaceted. He influenced hip-hop dance, fashion, and pop culture, inspiring generations of artists who followed. His cautionary tale continues to resonate, offering lessons on financial management, ambition, and the challenges of fame. Modern performers often cite Hammer's creativity, showmanship, and pioneering efforts as inspiration. While the world remembers him for flashy pants and catchy hooks, Hammer's story is also one of perseverance. He faced public scrutiny, financial disaster, and career decline, yet continued to create, perform, and inspire. His journey reminds us that even in tragedy, there is the potential for growth, reinvention, and lasting impact. MC Hammer may have fallen from the heights of superstardom, but his influence remains, and his story endures as a testament to the highs and lows of life in the spotlight. MC Hammer's story is more than just the rise and fall of a music icon. It's a lesson in ambition, resilience, and the fleeting nature of fame. From sold-out arenas to bankruptcy courts, Hammer experienced the extremes of success and failure. His journey reminds us that talent alone is never enough. Financial discipline, careful planning, and adaptability are just as important. If you were inspired, shocked, or fascinated by MC Hammer's story, smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a deep dive into the lives of music legends. Comment below, which part of Hammer's journey surprised you the most? Was it his meteoric rise, his excessive spending, or his inspiring comeback? Share this video with friends who love music, culture, or cautionary tales about fame. Remember, behind every hit song and iconic dance move, there's often a story of struggle, sacrifice, and lessons we can all learn from. Stay tuned for more stories that reveal the truth behind the headlines and uncover the dramatic lives of your favorite stars.